Welcome to dinner. Clear me up. Hey, what's up, you guys? Welcome to my channel. I'm about to make some dinner, so if you're interested in watching this dinner, I'm squatting down because let me just sit down. What's up, guys? We are in the kitchen. Today I'm going to be making chicken with portabella mushrooms. So mushroom caps. The portabella mushroom caps is what I'm going to be using, as well as some chicken fry. If you don't want to use this seasoning, you can use all-purpose flour or, flour and water. It does the same exact thing. But yeah, and some corn on the cob, and then make some homemade mashed potatoes, because that does that, and some green beans. I'm gonna make sesame seed green beans. They're gonna be so good. So let's get started. The first thing that I'm gonna do is boil some water for the corn on the cob, and then while that's boiling, I'm gonna cut up these potatoes. So let's get started. Let's cut up the potatoes. Okay, I'm cutting up the potatoes into chunks. I'm leaving the skin on because that's where the nutrients is at. Putting them in this bowl where I'm going to rinse them with vinegar and then rinse them again with water. Don't worry that you're rinsing them with vinegar. You are not going to taste it when you are finished cooking your food. It's just really going to clean it, making sure that you don't pick up and eat any pesticides or anything nasty that came from the ground or anything that they may have sprayed on. You'll avoid that. So cut these into nice sized chunks to make it easier to boil. This is a huge potato. I love making homemade potatoes, homemade mashed potatoes. I like them thick, creamy, lovely, garlic and buttery. So that's how I'm gonna make it today. Wait, open the door. Then you take some vinegar and clean your vegetables. Alright, so when you're making this, you want to have, your wet ingredients, your dry ingredients, and you got your mushrooms, which we are going to cut. You can keep them like this, just like in the cap form. If you want like a breast, I don't know, this is my first time doing it, so me saying that, I'm guessing. Okay, watch a few videos, I don't know. But we are going to cut this up, wash it up, and feel the fuzz. Mushrooms are so cool. These are fun, guys, right? We have a cool time. We're chilling. I'm gonna cut in like chunk size. Okay. Gonna do, I don't know, chunk size, about that size, like in thickness. You can do this as thick or as small as you want. But yeah, then we're gonna take out this, gonna just cut it off. Right. I'm just gonna put it in here because we're gonna wash it the same way we washed the potatoes, in vinegar and water. Okay, so again guys, what you want to do is you want to remove the stem or the cap, whatever you call it. Remove that, and then we are going to cut them in whatever size that you like. If you want them chunky, make them chunky. You want them skinny, make them skinny. Then you want to remove the fuzz, the black fuzzy stuff that's in the inside of the mushroom. You want to take that off, and then you want to repeat steps 1 through 3, like Brian McKnight. Repeat the steps of 1 through 3 all the way until you are done with all of the mushrooms. Easy peasy, right? Okay, on to the next step. Okay, so this is what it will look like, right? The texture is definitely there. And most importantly, wash your mushrooms. Wash all of your food. Once you've washed them, I'm going to show you different angles, but it's very important to wash them because look how dirty the water is. I purposely used white vinegar so you can see just, how dirty. So it's important to wash. Now I'm just going to butter my corn, and I added some pepper, garlic, and parsley. It might look like I'm adding a lot of butter, but it melted down, and it's really not a lot of butter. It just looks like that, and plus it was like really hard, so I had to use like a big glob, and then I put it back in there once I used it. But yeah. On to the green beans. So for this part, you're gonna take your chicken fry or your flour, all-purpose flour, whatever you have. So I just added some pepper. This is some blackened seasoning. Just gonna add a little bit. I'm gonna add some Cajun if I can find my Cajun. Some smoked paprika. A little bit of garlic powder. A little bit of all-purpose smoky seasoning. Just a little. I want to add some Cajun. Let me see if I can find it. Okay, so this is going to be the wet, and this is going to be the dry. So both sides you want to add the chicken mix flour. And then the other one, you're going to have some breadcrumbs. It definitely smells spicy. So I completely eyeballed all of the ingredients, but with this batter, wet batter, make sure you just want to get a consistency that's not too watery, but you want it like kind of like that. Yeah, and you just want to get it until it's nice and creamy like, and then add in your mushrooms, coat them really well in the wet batter, and then coat them in the dry batter, and then repeat until all of your mushrooms have gone through that process where they've been dipped in the wet and dipped in the dry and coated in the dry, and then you want to move on to the next step. Okay, so back to the green beans. So you're going to take them out of the boiling pot and get some sesame seed oil. I added way too much oil. If I could take it back, I would use half the amount that I'm using. I was definitely being heavy-handed, but it's okay because it still came out amazing. But I would just use less because less is more. But you see the texture of that? They're like not too hard, but they're not too soft either. So you're just gonna add them to the pan. The pan got nice and heated up. The oil got nice and heated up, and put them in there. Add whatever spices you want. So whatever spices that I'm using, if you don't like them or you don't have them, just use what you have and use whatever spices that you like or can use. I'm just showing you the blueprint. You can twist it, manipulate it any way you want to, because at that point it's your recipe, so do as you please. This is going to be an up close of the green beans. This is what they look like. They're cooking nicely. They actually smell so amazing. I also have my potatoes boiling right beside it, so yeah. Now I'm not adding any salt to anything in this recipe, but I am going to add some garlic powder, some pepper, and some sesame seeds to the green beans. But like I said, add what you like, take out what you don't like. The moment we've all been waiting for, I'm going to take some extra light olive oil and put it in a pan, heat it up nice, and get ready to make the chicken mushrooms, or the mushroom chickens, or whatever they're called. I'm going to make them. The chicken mushrooms. I'm going to call them the chicken mushrooms. So yeah, you're going to get them all nice, the oil nice and hot. You don't want to put it in there before the oil is hot, because it's just not going to turn on, right? So oil hot in the pan. Cook it up nice until it starts to crispen up. Once it starts to kind of like float, you can begin flipping it. It's funny, I have PTSD when it comes to grease, because you know I know grease pop, and I don't want to get popped by this grease. But yeah, I was like double dutch hopping in and out, but this is what it looks like. Super crispy looking, right? I know. I was definitely surprised by this, definitely. And my mashed potatoes came out so creamy, so thick, so fluffy, so light, so yummy. I added garlic and parsley and pepper to this as well, and butter, and they came out so amazing, so tasty. And ta-da, the chicken is done. Okay, y'all, this is what they look like. Oh, they smell good. They are steaming hot. I don't want to touch them, of course, because I still have flour on my hands, but I'm about to wash my hands, and then I'm about to taste test it. Okay, beautiful people, here's my plate. You hungry? So, the sesame seed cream, tender. Definitely boiled them first. The sesame seeds gives it a nice, sweet, smoky taste. And y'all already know I love my mashed potatoes. Still has the skin on it. A little chunk in it. Good. Now I already know how the corn gonna taste. Sweet, yummy. But the moment we all been waiting for. So again. Ooh, I got hot sauce down here. So I'm gonna try it with hot sauce. I'm gonna try it without hot sauce first, and then I'm gonna try it with hot sauce, because we already know hot sauce make everything better. Wait a minute now. I don't even need hot sauce. It's spicy. It's the Louisiana. This is good though. Definitely try it.